Hopefully, I haven't streamed in a while. What's going on? Want to increase engagement from your Facebook group? Invite your audience to connect their Facebook to restream to show their name and profile picture. Send your viewers to chat. Control C. Okay, Control V. Hey Marita, how are you? Happy New Year. It says host. My name. I thought I would sign on and say Happy New Year to everybody. I didn't do a daily today because I really feel like the year has gotten away from me. Hey, Christy Wilson. Hey, Janet Clifton. Happy New Year. I don't feel like I understand what happened to 2021. The last 3 months sort of got away from me, and I don't know what actually happened. So I didn't film a daily yesterday because I kind of had an idea for a deck. Hi, Natalie Brown. Hey, Heidi Phillips. How are you? Hi, guys. It's good to see you. Hey, Via Rose. How are you? I kind of had an idea for the deck that I wanted to use, and then now I'm not sure. Like, I've had the transparent tarot sitting on my shelf for almost a year. I thought it was really cool when I first thought of the idea. I saw the idea, and I thought, oh, what a different way of doing it. And then I thought, I was going to try and do a live last night and maybe do the daily for today, last night live. And then my friend Andrew suggested, why don't you just go live on New Year's Day? And I was like, that's a good idea. So that's why there was no New Year's Day broadcast today or no video this morning, because I'm going to do it live with you guys. But I also was kind of thinking and contemplating maybe we do like a sort of 2022 overview reading for the year for the group, just to kind of get an idea. And again, this would be collective, right? So we don't have to own all of this or any of this if we don't choose to, right? Like if some of it resonates, great. If some of it doesn't, don't take it. It's not yours to be had, right? The other thing I want to say about all of this is that I'm really pissed Betty White died. Like really pissed. Like heart hurt in a weird way. I'm hoping that was the last kick in the nuts that 2021 had for us, is really the truth behind that. Is that when I heard that yesterday, I was like, this has got to be a joke, right? And it's been a rough 2 years, at least for me, guys. I'm going to be honest. It's been a rough 2 years. And I'm hoping 2022, it should be a 6. It should be about bringing things back into balance. But, you know, pandemics, a balanced pandemic, what does that look like? You know, who the hell knows? Hey, Lisa. Hey, Trudy Ward. Happy New Year to you, too. So you just saved me from probably making a mistake. Okay, Heidi. Hey, Donna Corwin. How are you? Happy New Year. Why don't I use the deck that I started doing online readings, Janet says. You mean the Voyager? That's a deck that I've always used. Hey, Karen, Happy New Year. Haven't seen that deck, excuse me. I'm gonna get in trouble. I haven't seen any dick in a really long time either, to be honest. It's been a while, to be honest. Haven't seen that deck in a very long time. Might be a good start over point. Maybe, I don't know. I just feel like I don't even know that I can start over. I'm trying to start my engine for 2022 and I don't feel like it's here yet. Like I don't feel like it's turned over. It's really weird. It's like, I don't know. It just snuck up on me. Lisa says, think 2021 was even more of a challenge, but hope for better tomorrows. Me too. I do. I just feel like it just snuck up on me and I'm like, how the heck did we get here so fast? And what the hell happened in 2021? I don't even remember. And I probably don't want to remember, like, don't look back kind of thing. I feel like I've been, stressed this last few months. There's been a lot going on. And then With stress, I've noticed lately, I lose memory. Like I just don't remember stuff. Or I misplace things, and that could just be due to age. But that has been a little bit of a sobering experience in the midst of all of my stuff that's been going on. And then on top of it, there's this voice in my head that tells me, should I be doing other things, right? Like maybe this isn't working and maybe I need to just go elsewhere and focus on something else. And so, and it's crazy. So anyways, I could do that. The Voyager is right there on my desk. It's always nearby. It's a deck that I'm very familiar with. I did get out this transparent tarot, and it's like these clear plastic cards, which is very odd to me. At the time, I thought it was a very cool idea, but I'm not even sure, like, I guess one is the King of Pentacles. It's a really strange deck. And like this is the Fool, which I don't know how well you guys know. Sorry, that's two cards stuck together. That's the Fool, which to me is like, what is that? Like a butterfly? Oh, I don't know how well you can see that. So I'm not sure if I want to work with this deck. It's really sort of, I'm not saying it's a bad deck, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's different and it's plastic. Like shuffling plastic just doesn't feel like what I want to do right now. So I laid out the white cloth because you need a white cloth to be able to see it. It's really strange. And so, I don't know. All right. Let me see. Let me grab the Voyager. Good old Voyager. I've been working with Voyager for years. Years, I say. We'll still leave the white cloth down. Why not? It's refreshing. Let me see here. What is everybody saying? I thought you said white claw. No, girl. No white claw here. All right, so let's collectively all take a breath together. And let's listen to Tallulah snortle. Like, can you hear that in the background? I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but like, of course, the camera goes on and she needs to clean her paws. She's getting old too. That's another thing, guys. I mean, just to be honest, like to check in with you guys, because I feel like I haven't checked in a long time because I haven't been live in like 2 months. Her age is starting to show. And I've just been having a hard time. Her and Bodhi are getting older. And very recently, her age has really been starting to show, and it's been kind of making me really sad. Hey, Jen, how are you? And then I was actually explaining this, I think, to Jen or maybe Andrew, I can't remember, but I was explaining this. I got the puppies, right? In this sort of weird subconscious, I think, I was trying to like, I think out of fear of them getting older and dying on me. Not dying on me, I shouldn't say that, but of them passing over, right? I was fearful. And I think I adopted 3 puppies in a year's time, which I didn't really think through all the way. And it's not that things are bad. I love having the puppies here. But now I sort of feel like maybe I robbed my older dogs of the peace that they deserve in the household as they grow older. And I didn't think that far ahead when I got the 3 new ones. And so we're adjusting to different things like walk schedules because the younger ones all walk at a different pace than the older ones. So the older ones aren't allowed to go with the younger ones. And then the older ones I'm finding can't walk at all or barely, if at all. But they get mad if harnesses come out for the younger group if they don't get to go. It's a lot of adjustments that I've been like dealing with and sort of just, I don't know. And then it's funny, it's like my whole world, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, my whole world has become very I don't know if insular is the right word, but isolated is a good word. I have my neighbor next door who's become a very good friend of mine, and I really appreciate and adore him and his wife. But other than that, I have a few friends that I speak to on the phone, and people that I see in a video thing that I do, and then maybe the people I was interacting with on phone jobs at work. But I feel very disconnected from people. And even when doing this, like I'm reading your guys' comments, but I feel still like I'm just talking to myself as I look at the screen. So it's been weird. I feel very disconnected from not humanity, but from the world right now. And I miss that. I miss that. All right, so let's shift that energy because we don't need any of that up in here in our 2022 reading. Jesus, girl. But that's why I've been kind of among the missing the last few months. I've just been maybe a bit too much in my head and with my dog, not too much with my dogs, but just paying a lot of attention to my dogs. And they've been getting me through in a lot of ways. But I haven't, I haven't had much of a social life. I haven't been interacting with people too much. I've just been kind of at home. So hey, Christina Davis Buffkin, Happy New Year. They do love me all the same, Leslie. Thank you. They do. Hey, March Smith. You lost your cat, Sebastian, right before Christmas. My heart still hurts. I could see his age catching up, but just tried to make him comfortable and happy to the end. Exactly. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do for her. I've caught her, I mean, not to be really gross. Hey, Donna Corwin, do you think it's maybe a gift advancing? I don't know that it's a gift advancing. I just feel like I am, I think that I'm kind of dealing with it's the same stuff everybody's dealing with. I just think that I'm, when I contemplate it, it feels very disconnected. The world feels like it's shifting or something, and how I fit in the world feels like even going to the supermarket feels different. It feels kind of a little bit like, it's been an experience. It's been a definite shift and unexpected changes, getting vaccinated and then wondering, are you vaccinated? Can I go near you? And, part of me, like, I just miss like human touch. I cuddle my dogs. That helps for sure. Thank God for Gus, man. Gus is the human cuddle bomb. He will cuddle me anytime I need him to, and that's a good thing. And that was part of the reason why I went and got all the puppies, because I was afraid when the two olders passed that Gus would be here alone with me in a depression, and I didn't want that to happen to Gus. So I got him one friend, and then two more friends showed up months later. Leave it to me to get a dog for my dog. Pass the sage. Exactly. Good idea. I actually saged my house last night just for the new year. And let's light some sage. It's okay. Like, I'm a Pisces, right? Like, it's okay. I'm allowed to be emotional. Like, I'm supposed to be emotional. This is my superpower in a lot of ways. I feel the things that other people don't want to. And then, I have a Pisces Venus and a Pisces Mercury too. So I communicate in those ways. I communicate in emotions, and I, feel everything, like, for fuck's sake. But I wouldn't trade it. I like who I am, and I like how sensitive I can be. For a long time, it was a bane. Like, I didn't like it. But anyways, all right. So Let's get into this 2022 sort of outlook reading for the first day of the year. We had that tower card underneath all of it from the weekly, and I don't know, I did have a bit of a tower sort of like undoing. Maybe things are falling apart in a good way. I really did feel like that was sort of what potentially could have been going on for all of us. And hopefully some of you guys are experiencing shifts and changes in a positive way. And I think that me having to look at these things and not run from them is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's me showing up, it's me facing things, my fears, my, my love for my dogs and stuff like that, and having to just be present in a different way than I've been before. So let's collectively take 3 deep breaths like we do at the beginning of every video for the mind, body, spirit, and connecting all of them through the emotions. That's that pyramid that I have on the front of the videos on the YouTube channel. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Okay, let's shuffle for 2022 collective reading. What do we need to know? And I will switch cameras in a minute. You guys can see from the above. Let's see what's going on for 2022. I hope you guys had a good Christmas holiday. I also will say this too. I've always had a rough time at the holidays. I get a little bit sad and melancholy. I missed my mom this year and my brother. And so it was a bit rough. Let's see, what does 2022 have to say? Okay, I'm going to switch cameras. Give me one moment. Uh-oh, the cats are fighting. Yay! I can hear them out there fighting. Settings, video, surface camera front. Oh, I'm not plugged in. Hold on, let me. Uh-oh, hopefully I can do this. No, I may not be able to. I was plugged into the wrong thing. Let me see. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. So here's that transparent tarot white cloth. I don't know if that helps any. Let me turn on the light. I can hear the cats growling outside the window. There's this orange cat in the neighborhood that likes to beat up on my cats. I don't appreciate it. All right. So let's see what 2020 has in store for us. I may do clarifiers with this too. So this is kind of like the center of 2022, right? Where 2022 is operating from, and what it could potentially be creating, right? I'm doing this as if it were 2022 were an individual. So we have the Woman of Cups. This would be the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups essentially is about, this card in particular is called Rejoicer. I feel like I hope you guys can see this. I don't know how well you can see these cards, but if you look at women, I feel like there's a return happening, like this joy that's happening here. The Queen of Cups is oftentimes emotional. She's represented by the water signs, right? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. She's highly intuitive, highly emotional, very much at the heart level. very much loving, caring, kind. Sometimes can be overly emotional, right? But to me, this being rejoicer, these women look like this could be a time to reconnect. There's also a woman with a seashell here, right? Like talking into it at the bottom. This always makes me feel like distance, and sometimes this pulls my attention. But these faces today are really pulling my attention, and the blossoming lotuses right in the center, which to me feels like maybe the theme will be about renewal, emotional connection again, maybe reconnection with those that we love and care about, right? But maybe actually get to have FaceTime with some of the people that we don't necessarily get to see as often. I think this is about tending to our own emotional garden in a way, or our own feelings, really understanding them and embracing them, not necessarily running from them or hiding from them. There is some planets in Pisces right now. I believe Jupiter is in Pisces until May 22nd. And Neptune has been gigging with Pisces a little bit right now. So there could be some of that influence happening too in the early part of the year, which sets the tone. And Jupiter being such a benefic and expansive planet, and it being in the sign of Pisces, it could be very cool in helping us to deal and challenging us in looking at our emotions, dealing with how we're feeling. And this is collectively, guys. So this isn't just like, this can specifically be for you. But if it doesn't sound like where you want to be, all emotional, but I feel like it's a good thing. And it's about understanding our sensitivities, embracing them, trusting them, nurturing them. You know, queens to me are always nurturers. They're always motherers in a way. So they're going to rear, heal, even heal past pain or trauma, sadness, darkness, that kind of thing. Maybe we're a little bit freer. There's freedom on these two women's faces, and they are definitely the focus for me in this card today. Sometimes different things in these cards pull my attention. The rose would indicate being protected, right, and safe. The moon is, you know, your intuition and trusting that and owning that. Right. So maybe we as a collective or 2022 as a year is about trusting our and our intuitions, our natures, our emotions. Oh, this is a new cat in the neighborhood. Sorry, guys. Okay, so here's the foundation for the 2022. This is a hi kitten. Yeah, you see me. This is the what happened in the past. So this is probably going to represent much of 2020, 2021, but it can sometimes be working in the background as sort of the foundation that everything is built upon, what this queen is built upon, right? So we have the art card. Art to me is, this is major arcana. This is about, to me, transition, creation. What are we creating? How are we creating? Art is often, I want to read the art card really quick, actually, because it's sort of a strange card. To me, when I look at the water and the web, and then the fire or the lava, it feels like there's a lot of tension, a lot of sadness, stuck energy, right? But there is this, like this, you know, opportunity or light at the end of the tunnel, right? And even though this might have felt like a rough year or a rough couple of years in the last few years for some of us, we've been actually maybe building something of it in that term, in those terms, because this card would always represent something from the past that is having an effect, or what everything is built upon. It could be like a, you know, a underpinning driving force, if that makes sense. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, so it says here, art represented by Athena, the Greek patron goddess of the arts, symbolizes the law of creativity. You are a creative artist in all aspects of being and in all endeavors of life. Creativity is an alchemical art of dissolving old forms and recombining them as a new synthesis. Use the disintegration in your life. Creativity is the result of interweaving your faculties. Allow yourself to be driven by the creative fire spirit, which issues lightning bolts in the form of ideas and visions from the unconscious to your conscious awareness. Your water feelings determine whether you act with your hands, the physical self, to manifest the vision. The creative process is automatically, sorry, this print is very small, guys, and I don't have my glasses, self-integrating. Like the Indian basket weaving, you recreate yourself into a dynamic whole. And if you think about this, throughout the last 2 years, for me personally, I've had to kind of create and recreate how I feel about the world. So this would make sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys. As Sagittarius, communicate yourself and your inspirations to the world by shooting forth through the rainbow your ideas, visions, and products. Your creative expression, like the orchid, the creative alchemist can have an unbalanced, almost addiction to creativity that ignores inner reflection, patience, stillness, and qualities of being for the excitement of doing and acting. And that would probably be the fiery nature of Sag, right? But when I look at this, I think about the years that have the year that we've just been through and the struggles that we've kind of been through. And like I said, the sadness of the water passing through the hands, the web, the intricacy and the interconnectedness of the web also makes me feel like that is some of what the pandemic is trying to teach us, right? Is that we are kind of interconnected, that we are in this together, that our psyches are shifting. And it's all been maybe a setup for us to begin to come from this more compassionate, emotionally centered, or experience this more compassionate, emotionally centered year, right? Now, stagnation, the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is always about, in traditional tarot, walking away, stepping away from a situation that's no longer working. That would be where stagnation comes in here in this card. And the general meaning of this card for me too, and it's interesting, we have the Queen of Cups and then we have the Eight of Cups. There could be a general like purging of emotions that happens for us collectively throughout 2022, not in a bad way, in a way that is freeing us, right? In a way that's empowering us. But we have to kind of let go of the toll that maybe 2021 has taken upon us, or the creations that have been made over the past few years, and you know how our society maybe has changed. This is an opportunity for us to look at that through the eyes of our spirit, right, collectively, and then start to understand, what do we need to let go of? What is stuck? What is up? Or are we, holding each other, right? Like drowning each other. And so that's actually a good thing to be here, I feel like, because to me, it challenges us at a higher level to sort of remove blocks, remove stuck things, step away from the things that aren't necessarily supportive, compassionate, loving. Taking the higher road is oftentimes the Eight of Cups too, right? And one thing about this drawing that I find interesting is that we have this jar here, but there's still some beauty. There's still some flowers here, right? And I always see this waterfall as movement. Like there's always still, even though there's stagnation, like there's movement. We can get out of the stagnation by feeling it, by feeling the waterfall, right? By allowing ourselves to sort of rebloom and reconnect to the things that we need, or the things that we desire. our higher selves may have us working on that this year, potentially. Let's see what's going on. Outside influences for 2022, the majors, let's see what they are. One is Seven of Worlds, which is breakthrough. This is the Seven of Pentacles. This would indicate work. I love the fiery nature of this because this to me kind of wants to like, this to me feels like it's rushing in towards all of this water energy to balance it out, or maybe keep us from getting too deep into our fields. The Seven of Pentacles is oftentimes about patience, about doing work and making sure that the work that gets done yields a good harvest, right? But when I'm looking at this, this feels a bit more dynamic to me. Oftentimes, this feels like aggression when I see this card, right? And in certain readings, it can come off as explosive energy to me. It's this sort of, the horses symbolize power to me, the erupting volcano, all of that. It's a bit different than, like, say, a traditional Seven of Pentacles. But I do feel like this is about dynamism, if that makes sense, right? About dynamic energy. Pentacles is earth energy. It's about material things. It's about making our way in the world, or maybe even changing our world, finding breakthroughs, opportunities, even if they are a little bit intense, if they push us a little bit in maybe to our limits. Ultimately, it is for, I think, our greater good, is my feeling. The seven aspect, sevens are always about conscious choice too, right? Again, we're like trying to maybe choose the world that we want to create on an individual scale in 2022, right? But also, and the work that we want to put in to create that, having maybe breakthroughs or awarenesses of that, and then using that energy to move forward. But there's also like a dynamicness to this. There's like it feels like, don't be surprised if the world's still erupting around you, but you're able to actually get things done, because I feel like these women, to me, feel very happy, fulfilled. And anything that's not fulfilling us or dragging us down, hopefully we are dealing with, looking at, and walking away from, or releasing, right? So, the other outside influence, Nine of Cups, more water energy, guys. But Nine of Cups is the fulfillment in this deck, right? And it's this sort of like abundance, overflow. There's all of these glasses of wine, again, very celebratory. We have these 9 cups of wine. The traditional Nine of Cups, they oftentimes call it the wish card, like your wishes will be granted, or things will come to you, your emotions will line up, things will be centered and good. So even amidst maybe the hard work or the dynamism that we see here, and if there is a little chaotic energy going on in the environment around us, there will also be good feeling things that are going on that feel supportive to this Queen of Cups, and to the work that we might be doing collectively in releasing some of the stagnant old shit that no longer works for us. Excuse my language, right? Ultimately, all of this is resting on this bigger, larger, more vast creation of like redefining ourselves, right? And what we're creating down here. And sort of I don't know why, but in my mental mind right now, I'm seeing like the idea of, like, you know, pushing something through a very tiny pinhole and it coming out the other side completely transformed, right? But it has to go through the stress of that pinhole to kind of come out uh uh changed, right? In a way, I don't know if that makes sense to you. It's, I want to go to the chrysalis and the butterfly sort of analogy, but it's not quite that. It's about being stretched, being pulled, being, you know, molded maybe in a way, or like a kiln in a fire, right? You have to go into the fire to become sort of transformed in a way. And I feel like that's what this is. We've maybe previously been put through that pinhole and we're coming out the other side. I know that sounds like a rather weird analogy, but that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting when I'm looking at these. We will feel supported though. There will be supportive energies around us. Again, that should give us that feeling of contentment and all of that sort of stuff. Now, Let's go to what is sort of the outcome of the year. And I normally put the outcome card up here, but I want to put it here towards the future. So we're going to look at that. And it is the universe card. This is the end of the Fool's Journey. I like this card. It is Major Arcana. This says to me that, like, right out of the gate, it feels as though everything is sort of working in our favor. We need to understand that, even if it feels a little bit you have to put in a little extra work or effort at times to achieve that breakthrough. The gift is there. I feel like when I'm looking at these cards, this gift is going to be sort of more internal because we see so much cups energy, which would be those emotions, right? But the emotions, when you guys watch my daily video on YouTube, that pyramid that I drew, I have made on Fiverr, is a concept that I got in a meditation about how a three-sided tetrahedron pyramid is like we are with the mind body spirit connection, and that the underbelly, the bottom side of that pyramid, is the emotions, right, which is technically the fourth side, and that connects all three: mind, body, spirit, right? Because what we feel emotionally can affect us physically at the physical level through illness. It can affect us, they all are interconnected. And so what I feel like is going on, or in this 2022, is there might of our emotions where we're empowered to begin to let go of the things that we don't want in an effort to pursue the things that we do want, right? That's also the creation here that we see in this art card in the foundation. I think that this art card traditionally is the Temperance card in the Major Arcana, which to me is a whole other different story. And that's about maintaining that sort of balance and not maybe going, and that would be indicative of the last year too, is kind of not going too far in any direction, just sort of letting things play out and seeing where they're going. We have here a little bit more where we get to define, this is what I think for 2022, we get to define more of what's going on within us while things are going on around us, in what appears, I think, to be a more healthy manner. And in the end, right out of the gate, this being the universe card, to me, this is about just feeling, I want to say by the year's end, back in that balance, back connected, back into the swing of things. Hopefully things feel normal again. Things feel open again, and I don't mean open like stores open. I mean like open as in opportunity, possibility, um, uh, uh, whatever it is that you seek, the universe wants to support to give you that, but you have to sort of feel it, desire it, want it, and then work for it and allow yourself to be supported towards it. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And I like that this is the universe card in the sense that it's the last card of the Major Arcana. So this could be the end of some sort of a cycle for us where things get to settle by the end of 2022. And who knows what 2023 will bring, right? We won't worry about that right now. Just because I'm nosy. I mean, this is a collective reading, so it's kind of hard to get very specific about what each and every one of you is going to get out of this universe card, but I do want to get a little bit more specific because the universe is sort of like such a vast card, right? We have justice, We have the Six of Swords, which would mean moving to calmer waters, calmer thinking, more healthier mindset, feeling more balanced, things feeling smoother, right? Justice is also Libran energy, which is also balance, the scales, right? She's holding the scales in her hand. This is major arcana. So things settling back into alignment or feeling back balanced in a Jesus. Death to me though is not, death is Scorpio energy, right? And death is not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously it can indicate the passing of something, right? But it can also indicate the transformation of something. And remember that sort of idea of that pinhole, sort of, if you were getting that, or if it was making sense to you, there could be parts of us that are dying off. Emotionally, spiritually, that, and when I say dying off, it sounds rather extreme, but it could be that there are things that we are sort of letting go or letting it die so that something new can be born, right? That's sort of there's all these dead people on the street, right? But we have this flower on his flag, right? That means like there's a rebirth that happens. Scorpio rules over sex, death, and transformation, right? So it's always about this transformative too. But I don't necessarily think that death is necessarily always a bad thing. It can be a challenge. It can be inevitable. But again, similar to like the tower, it's like one of those, allow it to transform you, feel safe in it. And I think that we will feel safe in it because I feel like we are being held by the universe. We are, justice is here to keep us steady and balanced. So is the Six of Swords to keep us calm. And the transformation that death brings, or the opportunity that death brings, maybe it's the ending of COVID. You know, I mean, dare I say it, I would love to be the predictor of that. Like by 2022, maybe there's some sort of, it's done and it's gone away, right? Or the fear is dead and gone, you know, for us collectively. The toll, that's going to be what sort of dies off in all of the sort of support that I kind of feel here. Even the dynamism and the red fiery nature of this to me just feels very productive. Like get in there and get it done this year. Like if there's anything you want, bam, go after it, right? Or let it come to you. Even if the world's like sort of still kind of doing weird shit. If the world's still dumpster firing a little bit in 2022, just let it stay inside of you, kind of thing, and watch what happens and how we transform. Okay, so I hope that is enough of a collective reading for you guys. Great idea, Janet, for having me come back to my Voyager deck. I miss this deck, actually. It's been what usually props up the charm board. And maybe this year I will be, hey, Leslie Ann, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the messages because I was not scrolling down. Let me see what all of these, I missed a lot of these messages. It could be quite obvious by year's end. Donna Corwin says, Dan, this is so insightful for me right now. And it's so spot on right now. Thank you, guys. I hope that's the case. Replying, I keep seeing all this replying. I didn't mean to, hold on. I loved your old school deck. I missed her. I'm putting that one up. Thank you, Jen. Donna keeps replying to Ashley. I'm not sure. It's such a great deck. So insightful. Thank you. Well, yeah, it's way deeper than I even take it. I do my own stuff with this deck. I've always loved this deck. It's by a man named James Wanless, and he's an incredible, it's an incredible deck. I've had it for a long time. Thank you. Needed some reassurance that things are going to get better than the end of this last year. Kate Skittles Williamson. I believe that it will, guys. I believe that we have opportunities here. I believe that there actually, even though these last 2 years maybe have been hard and stressful for us, something has been being created, and we just haven't realized it because we've been sort of in the throes of the emotions and the containment of it. You know, the having to face it even when we don't want to. That to me is the sort of like this border wall that's around this like upside down volcano. There's a lot going on in this card, but this sort of rainbow here says to me that there is like something coming out on the other side, right? We just haven't quite gotten there yet, and maybe 2022 is that year where we get there, or we get to see the results of that. I'm hoping. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. My Facebook stream stopped. Oh, shoot. I wonder why. Oh, well. Anyways, you guys, that is your thing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I should just go live for the next couple of days, get back into the habit, work with different decks. I feel like I need a change, and I don't know what it is. I will tell you this. The couple of days ago, before the end of the year, I went and I did all new thumbnails for the channel on YouTube. Just new designs, right? Because I've been working with the same designs because I wanted it to look visually like when you tuned into the channel, you would see the pink one that I used to use for the daily, and that one would always be like, oh, there's the new daily. And you would see the weekly one with the plant leaf was always the indication of growing throughout the week. That's why I used that picture. The leaves, the 3 leaves on the thumbnail was about growth throughout the week. So I've gone and I've built new ones, right? Or made new ones in this effort to sort of refresh and renew. And I don't know what that looks like. I was contemplating letting go of Patreon for a minute, but I don't know. I think I need to redefine Patreon and what I'm going to do with that. And any suggestions, those of you that are Patreon subscribers, or those of you just like tonight, Janet's idea of using the Voyager deck, which I haven't in quite some time, was nice. It was really good. And I would like to create content that you guys are interested in seeing. I don't know that I'm going to continue to do the monthly tarot scopes for the signs. That was a lot, and I was finding myself feeling very, especially towards the end of the year, it would creep up on me too quickly, and then I would be late on them and feel very negligent and bad, like that I was letting people down, and I don't want it to become like that. And I know that you guys probably didn't feel that way, or maybe you did. If you did, I'm sorry. I apologize. But I want this to be engaging for everybody. So let me know what your ideas are if you have any. Maybe I'll just go live tomorrow again. I think I will, just to do a live daily reading. And I don't know what time it will be live. I'll try and make it maybe. I see the thing is with the morning reading, I always do it early the morning before. And I want to keep that going that way because of I like having it a day early available to my Patreon subscribers. I think that that's the whole reason why I originated Patreon. I don't know. I have to figure all of this out. Something needs to sort of give, or not give, but like I need to shift something. Does that make sense? But I'm open to suggestion. Since 16 years, 2021 was just awful. You're welcome, Natalie Brown. Thank you. I think that 2021 and 2020, honestly, were harder on me than I'm willing to admit. And I'm just now finally realizing that in getting to 2022 and going, wait, when did we finish 2021? And then Betty White died. And I was like, fuck no, you gotta be kidding me. Like, and I know that that sounds like a joke, but it's not. It was like the last kick in the balls before. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. My son mentioned COVID will be gone by 2023. Girl, Leslie, that death card, I don't know. I would love to see it. Or there be like some sort of like wonder drug that makes us, I look really shiny. Sorry, guys. Some sort of wonder drug that makes us immune to it. So it's no longer, I just think about like like children and older people, but I just wonder like how it's affecting everybody's psyche. And the more I wander around here with my 6 dogs, the more I realize that like it has affected me more than I think. Does that make sense? Oh shoot, did I miss this? Going to have to watch in replay. You did, Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are, but welcome. Your name's coming up as Facebook user. I don't know why all Donna's Corwin Oliverises are all replying to Ashley Rawlings McHale. This deck has never failed you. Made me stick with the old because it stays real. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Lisa, for the emojis. You could never let anyone down. Oh, thank you. No, it does bring me joy. Even doing the daily, though Janet says, let this bring you joy, Dan, don't make it a chore. And that's true. And there was a period there where it was getting kind of hard, especially with work. But because I started coming in because that's what I need, like sort of secure, and especially during COVID. And so this is my passion thing. Like this is what I've been calling my passion project. Like I love this. I like doing this. I've been doing it since I was 16 years old. I'm 48 now. So I've been reading cards and into sort of mysticism and all of that. But, I also have to pay the bills. So I've been doing, I won't, I got to figure out how to, I have a whole room here dedicated to it. I created an office for this space. I created this space to do this. So, and I don't know, we'll see how it's going to play out. I just want a little bit more, I don't know, freedom or spontaneity, maybe is what I'm looking for. I think you did shift when that previous employment changed. That was zapping you. It was, whoever that is, Facebook user. I'm not sure who that was. Really hard because it was dealing with people affected by COVID. And so it was very heartbreaking to hear about people who were losing their loved ones or their homes because they couldn't work, because they were sick or their businesses closed, or and being screamed at by landlords. And it was a lot. It was very sad, like heartbreaking. Such a kick in the balls. Betty White. It is. She was the last Golden Girl. Like, I'm pissed. Like I actually thought in honor of her, I was going to do, because I have a Golden Girls Tarot. I was going to use the Golden Girls Tarot tonight because I should have thought of that, because in honor of Betty White, because it's just what a shitty way to end it all out, Oh, Melissa. Global pandemic has definitely given us collective trauma. I agree. Weird. It says one of my streams is having connection issues. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, now you're back normal. But now Leslie Ann says, replying to Ashley Rollins Mikhail. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I might bring the Charmings back. I need to get my juju back. Like Stella needs to get her groove back, basically, is what's going on. Ashley's saying, oh my God, I'd love to see the Golden Girls Tarot. I have an unboxing of it. You can watch the video. There's a video on the YouTube channel. I stopped doing unboxings too. I got like, there was this weird thing this year. Like, okay, so here's another thing. I'll just explain, chat with those of you that want to hear really quick. Or really weird. I did an unboxing video for a deck that I really thought was kind of cool as far as a teaching deck. And I thought I was supporting somebody by doing it, right? Because I thought I would get help them. Not that I have such a big audience, right? But I just thought that like it's supporting indie artists and some of the decks that I find interesting through the unboxing videos not only allows me to create content, but it also helps show the deck to potential people that might be interested in it before buying it. It helps, you know, maybe make sales for people. And also, you know, through Amazon affiliates program, I get a little percentage of the sale, all of that stuff. But with the independent people from like Etsy and stuff like that, I don't get anything. And that's fine. I don't care about that. But this was an artist that was from Etsy, and they put a strike against me on YouTube for doing it and had my video removed. And my intentions were really to try and support them. And I thought it was a cool deck. Back and forth, and I explained to her that that was not my intention and that I was happy to remove the video. And I haven't done any more unboxing videos because it's dawned on me that like it could be a way that somehow those pirated decks get out. And like MJ, my friend in Seattle that creates Crow Tarot and all of her decks, she's battled with people doing that to her, like finding her decks for sale on different websites where she's like, that's not my deck. I mean, it's my deck, but it's a copy of my deck. So I'm trying to decide. I might do unboxings, but only show like a few cards, not the full deck anymore, and things like that. I got to figure all of that out. And so, but there is all of my old unboxing videos are up there. So that was one thing. And then the other thing was, is I ran an ad recently of one of the weekly forecasts on Facebook just to see what would happen if I ran an ad. And I included that in the videos, right? And every comment that people stopped and left was extremely rude and trollish. They told me that I should be ashamed of myself. They told me that I was a scam artist. They told me that I was what else did they say? Like doing the work of Satan and all of this sort of stuff. And I thought it was kind of interesting because for the amount of money I spent, it was only $200, but I thought I would invest in it to see if it would bring any new traffic or, you know, viewership, subscribers to the YouTube channel, anything like that. And the response I got was all very much trolls and anger and hatred. And I was kind of like, it's not even, it's a free reading. I'm not asking you for anything. And they were telling me I should be ashamed of myself. So it made me kind of like a little disillusioned. And I was like, ugh. So like, you know, if you don't found interesting was is that the people that stopped on the ad only stopped to insult me. Like, and that made me feel weird about like sort of the Facebook humanity. I got Instagram, which I don't really understand. I got a lot of like likes on it, but no comments, which is fine. I don't know how Instagram really works, but because Facebook ran the ad consecutively on both sides. But people were like telling me I worked for the devil and stuff. And I was like, what? So Dan, I'm replying to your comments. I'm not commenting. I mean, no, I understand you're replying to my words, but I'm not. It said on your thing replying to Ashley Rollins McHale on one of your comments. It was weird too because I targeted. Karen says over on YouTube, she's like, "Don't use the word psychic in Facebook ads equals troll bait." And I used Facebook targeting, like, and I used a bunch of different words like tarot reading, blah blah blah, and everybody like stopped and wanted to fuck with me, and it hurt my feelings. Like, I don't know, it was just not the way to end out 2021. Like, whatever. I don't even think it was children. I think it was just mean people, to be honest. Just think it was mean folks being jerks. I thought maybe it was, I don't know. I just thought, I found it interesting that not anybody stopped to say anything positive, but everybody who wanted to say something negative, temporarily. It doesn't, like with our 2022 thing, it maybe won't stay that way, hopefully. That would be good. That would be nice. All right, I know that it's after 4. Oh my God, it's 4:30. So I know that I have 2 hungry puppies that are kenneled that know that they usually get a bowl of food by 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna go do that. You guys will probably see me live unless I pre-tape tonight. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. I just don't feel in alignment with the fact that it's 2022 at all. But we'll see. Who knows? Water off a deck's back. Good to see you all too. It actually is nice to feel like, as much as, chit-chatting with folks and stuff online, it is nice to see you guys. And I do, Pisces, we're known for like going into hiding, just so you know. Like, unfortunately, that's one of our, escapism is one of our things, and disappearing on you can also be very much a Pisces trait. We sometimes need to like get away so that we can get like our emotions clear in a weird way, if that's any way to describe it. And I'll look at this clear deck. I don't know how I feel about it. I was all excited when I bought it, and now I've sat with it for a year, and now I'm like, kind of like, when I put it in my hands, it feels weird. Plus they're all like stuck together. Like, I don't know if I should have maybe opened it sooner. It's just strange. We'll have to see. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. I need to feed the dogs, but I love you all. Thank you so much. Just for hanging out with me and paying attention. And thank you. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you, Karen. And wait, what? You know what a troll is, right? A person who can't understand normal thinking. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there, Donna. All right, you guys. I will talk to you later. You have a wonderful day, and Happy New Year. And may your 2022 bring you whatever it is that you desire. More balance. Remember, 222 is an angel number. Jupiter is in Pisces, so there should be expansion, optimism, psychic, imaginative thinking. Let all of that stuff play out for you, at least in these first few months of the year. Okay. All right. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.